Very good day, students. So here we are talking about the nervous system of ASCARIS. Now this is one of the systems of this particular animal, which is complex one as compared to the other systems of this animal, as we have taken the digestive system or we take the reproductive system. They are quite simple in structure, but here in the nervous system we have got some complex kind of structures developed in ASCARIS. So this is because of the higher efficiency, or to you can say coordinate the whole body of the animal. This particular system has developed in a well-fashioned manner, and here in the diagram you can very well see the formation of the nerve ring and different peripheral nerves which are going upwards and downwards from this particular ring system. So students, if we take the nervous system of ASCARIS into account, it is again comprises of three kinds of systems. So the very first type is the CNS, as we have taken in the previous animals, and second is the peripheral nervous system, and third is, which is a very important and specific system to this animal, this is the rectal nervous system. So these are the three, you can say, types of the nervous system in this particular animal. So now we are starting with, first of all, the central nervous system of ASCARIS. Now students, this central nervous system, it consists of the nerve ring, and this nerve ring is around the pharynx of ASCARIS. So if we go for the alimentary canal of this particular animal, so we had the mouth over here on the very top, then we have the pharynx, then we have the intestine simply. So this ring, this particular ring is around the pharynx of ASCARIS. Now if I zoom into this particular diagram, this diagram is showing you the nervous system of the ASCARIS. Now as we are starting with the CNS, so here is the first ganglion which is present in the nerve ring, and this is the dorsal ganglion. So here you can very well see the presence of the dorsal ganglion. This is 1 in number and this is present dorsally. The second type of the ganglia which are present in the nerve ring, they are the subdorsal ganglia. So here you can very well see the presence of the subdorsal ganglia, and they are not lateral in position, but they are, you can say, dorsolateral in position. So they are called as subdorsal ganglia, and they are 2 in number. The third type of ganglia which are forming the nerve ring, they are the lateral ganglia, and the lateral ganglia, they are present on the lateral sides. They are again 2 in number. And the fourth type of the ganglia, they are the ventral ganglia, and here you have a single ventral ganglion on this side and you have another ventral ganglion on this side. So again you have 2 ventral ganglia. So out of these 4 types of ganglia in the nerve ring, we have got a single dorsal ganglion. This is a single one. We have got 2 subdorsal ganglia. We have got 2 lateral ganglia. We got 2 ventral ganglia. So that means we have got total of 7 ganglia in this particular nerve ring. And this ring is quite complex in structure. So you have to draw like this as per the diagram. So this is the central nervous system of this particular animal. And if we talk about the peripheral nervous system, so it is comprising of 8 nerves which are going anteriorly. So as you can see on the top, we have got these 8 nerves. So these are arising from the ring to the anterior side of the ASCARIS. And posteriorly we have got 8 nerves also. So these are the posterior nerves which are arising posteriorly from the ring. So in total we have got 16 nerves which are going upwards and downwards from this particular ring. So this is comprising the peripheral nervous system of ASCARIS. Now first of all, we are taking up the anterior nerves. Now these nerves, they can be divided into again 2 parts. 6 nerves out of these 8, if we are talking about say anterior nerves, 6 out of these, they are going to the labial papillae. So as you can well imagine that it had 3 lips on the mouth. So these 6 nerves, they are going to the labial papillae of these lips. So these are the nerves to the labial papillae. These are 6 in number. So you can write in the copy that these are 6 in number. Now the next thing, the remaining two, they are going to the amphids. So as we have discussed in the morphology also, that we have 2 amphids on the lips of this ASCARIS. So these 8 nerves in total, 6 plus 2, they are going to the lips or the sensory papillae of the lips. So these are the total 8 nerves which are going anteriorly towards the mouth of the ASCARIS. And this ring which is present in the center, this is around the pharynx. So from the pharynx, these nerves are going upwards to the lip level, and they are going for the sensory part of the lips. Now students, after this we are going for the posterior nerves which are arising posteriorly, and these are again 8 in number. So out of these 8 posterior nerves, one is the dorsal nerve cord, and this is arising from the dorsal ganglion. As you can very well see that this nerve is arising from the dorsal ganglion, and this is the dorsal nerve, and this is single in number. So this is only one, and this nerve is motor in nature. So as you know that the nerves can be motor or they can be sensory. So this is a motor kind of nerve, and this is only one in number. The second nerve is the ventral nerve, and this nerve is like this is the ventrolateral nerve, but this is actually arising from the ganglia. Here we have the ventral nerve cord, the second one. That was the dorsal nerve, and this is the ventral nerve cord. So this is again a single ventral nerve cord. One we have the dorsal, one we have the ventral nerve cord. And this nerve cord, it ends at the anal ganglion, at the very end. So that will be taken on later. So this is again a single nerve which is going towards the back side. Now after this, we have got 2 lateral nerve cords. So these are the lateral nerve cords. These are 2 in number. One on the right side, one is on the left side. And these are sensory in nature. So the ventrolateral nerve cord, these are sensory in nature. Now after this lateral nerve cord, we have 2 dorsolateral nerve cords. So as you can very well see, these are present over them. So these are again 2 in number, the dorsolateral nerve cords. And we have 2 ventrolateral nerve cords. So that means we have got a total of 8 nerves which are going posteriorly. One is the dorsal, one is the ventral. Then we have 2 ventrolateral, two dorsolateral and two lateral nerves. So this is the lateral nerve which is going backwards. So in total, 8 nerves are rising posteriorly, and they are again having some connectives which are asymmetric, and they join the ventral nerve cords with the lateral and the dorsal nerve cords. So these are the transverse connectives which are present, and these are present in all the body of the ASCARIS, and these are also a part of the peripheral nervous system. So students, that was about the peripheral nervous system. And if we talk about the next part, it is the rectal nervous system. This is the third type of the system that we have in ASCARIS. So the diagram on the right side, or the B diagram, it is showing you the rectal nervous system. So this rectal nervous system is present only in the male ASCARIS. So this is one of the important point to note. So as you can very well see, we have the spicules. So these spicules are present only in the males. Now here in this particular rectal nervous system, we have the lateral nerve cord. If we see the lateral nerve cord, this is coming down from the lateral sides, as this is a lateral view of the hind end of a male. This is the lateral nerve cord, and it is coming downwards on both the lateral sides. This is the right side of the male ASCARIS. So it is going to the preanal papillae. So as you can very well see, it is giving nerves to the preanal papillae, which are present before the cloacal aperture. So as we have 50 pairs of preanal papillae, as we have discussed in the morphology, this lateral nerve is giving to the preanal papillae. If we talk about the next type of the nerve cord, this is the ventral nerve cord, and the ventral nerve cord, it is coming back, it is going down, and now it is, if you see the end of this nerve, it is going for the post-anal papillae. So the lateral nerve was supplying the preanal papillae, and the ventral nerve cord is supplying the post-anal papillae. The rest of the nerves, which comprise of dorsal, the ventral or the lateral nerves, they interconnect to each other. As you can very well see in the lower side, they are interconnecting to each other. But there is no such complication in case of the female. This is only and only present in the male. So here one thing should be emphasized, that the peripheral nervous system, if we take this, the nerves of the posterior side, of the anterior side, plus this rectal nervous system, hold together, this is called as the sympathetic nervous system in ASCARIS. So both these systems, they are comprising the sympathetic nervous system. So students, that was all about the nervous system of the ASCARIS.